Hi y'all, welcome to a new video. Today we're just going to be going through my everyday makeup bin, including some of my Project Pan items. This is some of the stuff from my K-Beauty video, but I just wanted to touch base because I know that some people get curious about what I'm actually using on a day-to-day basis. So let's do it. This is my everyday makeup bin. This is the Project Pan stuff. This is just stuff that I've been reaching for and really enjoying. So let's super fast go through Project Pan because we've talked about this. So the In Beauty Project Mineral Sun Glow, I don't love this. It dries out my skin, which is why I usually layer it with the Merit Great Skin. This too is on its way. I'm hoping I don't run out of this before I run out of this. I then have the About Face Performer Foundation in Light Neutral 1. I said it before, it's a little too yellow for me, but I can blend it out and make it work if I use a thin enough layer. My Glossier Stretch Concealer. This stuff is potent. I only need a little bit, so it's taking its time, but it is on its way out. It's working its way through my collection. The YSL Touche Éclat Primer has really surprised me. This is so soft and so blurring. I have issues with my under eyes. They get creasy. And this stuff just fills in all of those creases and lines and leaves them looking so blurred and smooth. It's nuts. If I had a special occasion coming up, like a wedding, a party, something I really wanted to be, to do the most for, I would definitely buy like a small one or see if I could get a sample of this. It's so pretty, but I am gonna finish this. I'm not gonna hang on to it. The YSL Candy Glaze in Scenic Brown. I have been using this a lot more lately. The other day I used it as an actual lip color when I left the house instead of just a lip prep step. This is pretty brown, but it's also really pretty. And it lasted. Oh, I'm putting this on top of the Touche Éclat, which is not smart. There we go. Now we can actually see what it looks like. It's got this beautiful grippiness to it. I was stunned. I was in the ceramic studio, and by the time I was finished with my work, it was still there, which I had a very hard time believing. But it was. I could feel it on my lips, and it does give the prettiest effect. The Bosma blush has been here. It's been in the project. I haven't really used it much because it's a lot more pink than I have been going for. I've also been I've been using every single blush individually. So you're not going to see many blushes in my everyday makeup bin because I have been rotating through all of my blushes to figure out which ones are still good, which ones I enjoy using, which ones I may be okay decluttering. And that has been an adventure. You'll have to ignore the grody bin. We shall remove the grody bin. We then have the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk liner. I should be using this every day. I'm not. I don't know what's keeping me from using it. It's so small, it's out of sight. I recently added in the Glow Recipe Niacinamide Dewdrops. These are the like tinted bronzery drops. I don't use them as like an all over face bronzer, but they do work for targeted bronzing on my forehead, my cheeks. I was afraid that they'd be too orange, but they're not. So that is all of my Project Pan stuff. That is the stuff that I'm currently working on. All right, tackling this bin. There's a lot of lip stuff in here. There's a lot of random stuff. Most of it I have been reaching for. So I'm going to pull out, let's talk about eyes because there's a lot of eye stuff in here. We'll go with that first. All right, so my base products are all in my Project Pan. As far as my brows go, I have been reaching for the Maybelline Super Fluff Brow Mousse. This has really impressed me. It stays around. I've noticed that the wand does get a little bit gunky with my second dip. So I dip, I do one brow, and then I'll do another one, and I get just a little more gunk than I would like. However, it's really long wearing, the color is beautiful. I like the shape and the feel of the packaging. It's drugstore, so it's pretty lightweight, but I don't mind that. I have a bunch of brow pencils that I should be testing, I should be comparing, but I've just been reaching for this. I've just been reaching for that. Merit Solo Shadow in Studio. Again, I am just working my way through this. It is a really beautiful beigey pink eyeshadow that just works on me as a nude eyeshadow. It brings my eyes into alignment with the rest of my face because my eyes can be rather stark if I just put makeup on the rest of my face. So this gives me a little additional push to blend in with the rest of my makeup. And I've been really enjoying it. Along with that, the Sheen, the Merit Sheen Solo Shadow in Glacé. Really nice little topper if I just want a little bit of a gleam or a sheen to my eyes. And these shades together work beautifully. I don't feel the need to get any more of these because I have the one that I want and I have the one that I use on a daily basis. As far as eyes go, other eyeshadow, I have been reaching for this silly little bread palette from Novo. This is nuts. It's such a pretty little palette. It does so much. I have warmth, I have coolness, I have light, I have depth. It really, really is a heavy hitter of a palette. And I'm so glad that I saw it and was like, that's cute, I want to buy it. These I have not been reaching for as much, but they have been in here as reminders to use them. So this is the Urban Decay Moondust Shadow in Cosmic, which is this beautiful wet look, sheeny shadow. And when I want a lot of sheen, I reach for this. When I want a lot of glow, I'll reach for this. It's so easy, and having it in a little compact really does make it simple. I have another one of these in Space Cowboy, but I did remove it from its compact. I melted the compact and depotted the shadow. I'm not going to do that with this. I like having it in its own little container. This is the Natasha Denona Essential Eye Duo in Transition and Mia. I'm willing to bet that these are shades that are also available in her palettes, but Mia is another sheeny wet look shadow. It's got a little bit more blue to it, and I really enjoy the transition shade. Because these are Natasha Denona, they're far more pigmented. They're a little harder to work with than the Nova shadows, but I have been reaching for it sporadically. I'm glad it's in this bin. I'm going to keep it in this bin. As far as the rest of my makeup, I've been reaching for the Victoria Beckham Eye Kajal in Cinnamon. I have other brown liners, but this is the one I reach for, so I guess I can, you know, when it comes time, I'll declutter the others because they are getting old. And my Milani Highly Rated Tubing Mascara. I think it might be time for a new tube. I've had this one for a little while. All right, the rest of the face. Bronzers. Bronzers and contours. As far as contour goes, I've been reaching for this contour from e.l.f. This is the fairest shade in their camo bronzer and contour. I was really disappointed by the blushes, but this contour is spectacular, especially for the drugstore price tag. It blends out really beautifully. It's got a little rosy tone to it. It's not orange at all. And it's just really elegant given that it's like $10 or $11. Another drugstore bronzer that I have been really loving is this one from, is this Maybelline? Yeah, this is the Maybelline Lifter Stick in shade 35. I also have shade 05, which is supposed to be a highlighter, and I don't like it. It's really thick. This is not that. This seems to be an entirely different formula, and it blends out beautifully. It's not patchy, it's not sticky, it is just, and it's got this gorgeous sheen to it. This is going to be beautiful over the summer. It's already really nice in the spring, but when I have a little bit of a tan, it's just going to bump everything up a little bit, and I'm excited about that. All right, the last two should not be a surprise. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Skin Enhancer in light medium. So I like my bronzer to have a little bit of red rather than orange or yellow. And honestly, I think one could, in theory, compare the color of the Mario to the Maybelline. I'm not saying they're dupes, I'm saying that they're close in color. So if that's what you want from the Mario, maybe look at the Maybelline. But if you want this beautiful, balmy, lightweight texture, the Mario is where it's gonna be, is where it's at. I don't like that phrase. And then I have my Spectral Sunlight Cream Bronzer in shade 1. I use this every time I do my makeup to wrap my under eyes into the rest of my makeup. So I'll bring this under my eyes down into my cheeks just to cancel out any stark brightness. I don't find that brightening my under eyes makes my eyes look bigger. It's not flattering. I just don't like it. I prefer when that shine and that color are adjusted to blend into the rest of my face. I then have my Kosas Cloud Set Powder. This is one of the only, it's the only powder that I reach for. I have others, but I haven't been reaching for them. I've been reaching for this. Oh, where is my Salt New York palette? Because I have been reaching for that. I forgot a couple items that were not lip products. So Auric Glow Lust. This is the ultimate shimmer goo. It's bright, it's clear. It just brings so much back to the skin. I have been using this as a mix-in for my foundation. I've been using it to kind of underpaint a glow before I put a little bit of foundation and concealer on top of it. And it just gives this beautiful ethereal lit from within shine. And my Salt New York palette. So this has been my everyday Salt New York palette. When I want something really fast, really quick, and I don't want to reach for a ton of products, Salt New York is what I go to. So I have the Sneaky Balm. This is an older pan. It's been in my project pan for a little while. And I've gotten to the point where I had to gather all the product into a corner. I had to reclaim the product from the edges because there was just too little. It was really hard to get on a brush. So I moved it all together in the corner of the pan, and it's easier to use now. And there's really not a lot of product left there. I then have the contour in the shade Taupe. This is a perfect contour for me. I believe this actually did start out as the shade contour, but Kiki G, who owns Salt New York, changed that. It's now Taupe. And the last two in here are from Hannah Louise Poston's collab. So I have Oyster Fig, which is this beautiful ruddy, this beautiful ruddy beige, purple, plummy blush. There's no orange, there's no yellow. It's just this really gorgeous tone, and it's one of my favorite blush shades. And Nimue, which is just the glowiest cheek highlight I have ever found. I love the slightly enhanced formula that Hannah put in with these colors. They've got a little bit more stick-to-itiveness, a little bit more tack, and I find that they last on me a lot longer. Even if I have to lay down, they still cling to my face, which I appreciate. All right, this is a highlighter stick from Juicy or Joycey. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I've heard it pronounced both ways. And I have used this. I have been using it. It is a balm highlight, but this has more glitter. This has more chunkiness to it. And when I want something like that, I know what to reach for. It's also really pretty and it's relatively lightweight, but it does blend in with my other metal tube products. So lipstick in this bin, it just, it blends in. It blends in. And then as far as lip products go, I've been reaching for these. I've been playing with these quite a bit. Admittedly, I've been reaching for the stuff in my purse. I've been reaching for my Phytosurgence lip balm. I've been reaching for the lip gloss that's currently in my project pan, which is the Finding Ferdinand. If I keep it in my purse, I will reach for it. If it's not in my bag, it's not going to get used. I've been reaching for the e.l.f. and the Edam that I keep next to my bed, but I have been reaching for and playing with these guys also, so let's go through them. This is one of the Violette FR Lip Nectars. I don't know that I've even talked about this here. I bought it to review, and I bought it because I heard it was a really beautiful product and I wanted to try it for myself. And it is. I love the way this stains. It is a gloss that does actually stain your lips the color of the product. It doesn't have that really awful pH balancing pink that I've decided I don't love. I've had a couple products like that and I don't love them. This is lovely. This is lovely. It balances out the natural tone of my lips and really just gives them a little extra something without making it too much. This is also from Juicy. This is one of their crystal glosses in the shade Clear Mocha. This is a color. This is a color and it's a little pink. One of the things I've noticed about K-beauty and Asian beauty in general is that their lip products lack the shades of their lip products lack a little bit of nuance. I would really like a tone like this that's much more brown, but when I do wear this, it's beautiful. The color is nice. I do tamp it down a little bit. I don't wear it at full pigment like this, so you can blend this out. And it does tone down that rich color. It's also a really nice balm formula. It wraps your lips, it feels cushy. And while we're talking cushy, these are the Fui 3D volumizing glosses. I just talked about these in my K-beauty video, but I love this concept of having a 30% pigment and a 70% pigment. The 70% pigment it's pigment, it's there. It announces itself. And because my lips are already naturally pigmented, it doesn't have to do a whole lot of work to make my lips stand out on my face. These smell like fruit punch. I don't hate it. I don't normally love fragrance in my makeup, especially my lip products, but these smell really yummy. It's hard to argue with these. And then the 30%. So on my hand, they look eerily similar because they're the same color. They're the shade Scotch. But when I put them on my lips, this one provides a much more sheer veil of color, where the 70% pigment is pretty bulletproof. I've also been reaching for the Ulla Henriksen Pout Preserve plumping lip treatment. This smells like orange creamsicles, and it is a sheer delight to wear every day. Even if I'm drinking something like tea, or if I have a chai, the orange just adds to the experience. It doesn't take away, it's not distracting, and the formula is lovely. That is just about everything that is in my day-to-day makeup bin right now. And this is a combination of new and old and project pan and things that are tried and true and tested, things that I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about a bunch of these, but they really do individually add a lot to my day-to-day makeup using life. So I hope y'all enjoyed this quick little video. Let me know what's in your day-to-day makeup bin. Let me know if you have any of these or you've tried any of these. I'm always curious what my my viewers are into these days. There's so much on the market that it's hard to sometimes it's hard to wrap your head around what you want to use on a day-to-day basis. So I hope you are taking care of yourselves so you can take care of each other, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, friends.